Hello everyone and welcome to another video. And I'm very happy to be recording this first video in English so that more people can hopefully access the content and enjoy. The topic of this video is a rather interesting mathematical question. And the question is 0.99999 infinitely many nines, in other words, 0.9 repeating, is this number equal to 1? So that's the question we are going to try to answer today. And the idea for this video really came when I was watching this video by BriTheMathGuy, which is a YouTube channel with lots of cool videos in math. For those interested in the topic, I'll recommend watching his channel. Links for the video and for his channel are in the description down below. So coming back to our question, is 0.999 or 0.9 repeating equal to 1? And there are actually several ways to answer this question. And one of the simplest ways to do so is the following. First, we establish that 1/3 equals 0.33333, that is 0.3 repeating, and we denote this infinite repetition pattern with the bar on top of the number. Second, we establish the rather logic idea that 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 1, and therefore 1 equals 0.3 repeating plus 0.3 repeating plus 0.3 repeating, which equals 0.9 repeating, and therefore 0.9 repeating equals 1. But in addition to this very simple way of answering this question, there are many other alternatives, more interesting, more involving, and perhaps even too complicated in a way, but all of them are cool mathematical exercises. And in this video, we will talk about one of these alternatives. And the alternative we're going to talk about is actually an interesting example because it uses the concept of limits to answer this question, and therefore, this is an interesting or a good exercise for people interested in calculus. So in the first step, we start by defining the following notation. 0.9 sub n, where n belongs to natural numbers. And in this notation, n represents the repetitions of the number 9 to the right of 0. And I actually saw this notation in the same video that I mentioned before by BriTheMathGuy. So just to clarify the notation, here are a few examples. 0.9 sub 1 equals 0.9 because 9 shows up once after the 0. 0.9 sub 2 equals 0.99. 0.9 sub 3 equals 0.999, and so on. Now in the second step, we introduce a very simple equation, which is the following. 0.9 sub n, which is the notation we just defined, plus 1 divided by 10 to the nth power equals 1 for all n belong to natural numbers. And again, this equation can also be seen in the video by BriTheMathGuy. So here are a few examples just to illustrate really the equation. For n equals 1, the equation simplifies to 0.9 plus 1 divided by 10, which is simply 0.9 plus 0.1, which is equal to 1. For n equals 3, the equation simplifies to 0.999 plus 1 divided by 1000, which is equal to 0.999 plus 0.001, which is also equal to 1. So now, with the notation we defined and the equation we just introduced, we can actually answer the question we're interested in. That is, whether 0.9 repeating equals 1. And to do so, we're going to calculate the limit of the previous equation as n tends to infinity. So here's the equation again, 0.9 sub n plus 1 divided by 10 to the nth power equals 1. And we're just taking the limit of both sides of this equation. We can start simplifying by first noticing that the right-hand side is just equal to 1 because the limit of a constant is the constant itself. Moreover, we can split the limit of the sum in the left-hand side into the sum of limits, which is legal to do. And now we notice the following. The first term in the left-hand side, the limit as n approaches infinity of 0.9 sub n is just 0.9999 infinitely many times, which is the definition of 0.9 repeating. Moreover, the second term in the left-hand side, the limit as n approaches infinity of 1 divided by 10 to the nth power is equal to 0 because the denominator gets larger and larger and larger as n increases, and the numerator stays the same. So the left-hand side of the equation is just 0.9 repeating plus 0 equals 1. In other words, 0.9 repeating equals 1. Therefore, establishing that the answer to our initial question is yes, 0.9 repeating equals 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to share this rather interesting, at least to me, way of approaching this question. Please let me know if you like this kind of content. I'll do my best to provide whatever you guys want to see. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.